Hello, welcome to ACNH Fringe. A little 2 minutes earlier than usual. Or maybe not. I am Creatrix Dara, your artistic director for ACNH Fringe, and as you can see, we are very much deep in thought. We are at the Happy Home Paradise Island, thinking about what we're gonna do for this restaurant. I wonder. Well, I don't wonder. I already have ideas. Firstly, we are coming to you from the lands of the Woiwurrung Bunurong people of the Kulin Nations in so-called Australia. I'd like to pay our respects to any elders, past and present, and any Indigenous First Nations people watching us right now, whether on Twitch or on YouTube later on. This was and always will be Aboriginal land. Right, so we're starting at Happy Home Paradise instead of just on the island because we've got a project we want to do. Before we do that though, I just want to, I've sort of sorted out some of my stuff on Twitch, on the socials. You might see if you subscribe to a newsletter, Substack, acnhfringe.substack.com. I want to move out of Substack for reasons, but it's on there at the moment. You would have got a lot of updates. The Facebook's been updated. It's been updated. You can see also, big update, we've got a new custom design made by Charlie Queen of Atlantopia on Twitter. You can find the store on Etsy. Our very own ACNH Fringe custom design. Ooh, you can access the custom design portals in Happy Home Paradise. This is news to me. I had not realized this. We're learning new things, people. So, if you want to get this design for yourself, you can get it at... I mean, I could just easily open my photos, make it quicker, but you can get this custom design. That's our creator code there. Let me pull up the bit. Yeah, so if you see a creator code MA712318764670, you'll see you can get the ACNH Fringe design, the Bar SK design we made for their room in the Secret House, the Slutwalk Melbourne sign. Hopefully it doesn't get us banned by Twitch, and the Melbourne Fringe design for our festival last year. But the ACNH Fringe design specifically is at MO4YKB CNYG4FF, or you just search for ACNH Fringe. You should be able to find it. The search function on the custom designs portal has to be exact, so you have to put ACNH space Fringe. If you just put Fringe, it won't show up because it only shows up stuff that says Fringe on it. But I do not know why that picture is appearing to me. But yes, that's our custom design. Thank you, Charlie, for making it for us. You can get your own custom design made by Charlie over on Etsy. As you know, same place where you got the ACNH Fringe logo. That's up on the top left corner. I am done, but this is useful to know because I wonder if you can access it when you're redesigning houses. Because I'm always like, oh, I could use a custom design here for like some effect or other. Yeah. So we're here at Happy Home Paradise because I have a project out there. Ooh, before that though, actually, you just had to say hi to Lottie. Hello. It's good to see me, indeed. I have no money. I can't buy stuff, but ooh, ring light and a tablet. That feels very relevant to our interest. We've got the ranch kitchen counter, not kitchen counter, so like kitchen shelving, a gumball machine, and a chandelier. Oh my god, they're all useful. But before I actually go to work, I want to show you something. So, you know, we've been working along on our ACNH Fringe Fest Island, and actually there are a couple more updates I want to show. Also want to shout out Aram the baby and Coconutty Des for following us in the last month. Which is we now are on the Happy Home Network. Not just like the general app, but we are on the online part in the showroom. So you can see we've made 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 places. Ooh, 15 I feel like is another milestone. But you can see some of our selected designs on the Fringe Fest Vacation Island, which is quickly turning into Fringe Fest Island 2.0, which is great. It's like a second island, and it has all the facilities and stuff, so you can make all sorts of stuff. But our profile, I can figure out how to see it from here. So yeah, Fringe Hub Breakout Designer RA821967059209, and some of our chosen designs. We made an amphitheater for Cat, one of our villagers' cat, which is great. This is our cafe. I'll give you a little tour. The Fringe Fest Flat White. Remember the Flat White room from the Secret House? Well, it is now a whole cafe. And Flat Whites, for those who don't know, very iconic Australian coffee drink. I mean, people say it's like a cafe latte. It's kind of, but I think the proportions of the milk to coffee are a bit different. But unlike most people here in Melbourne, I do not make coffee a personality trait. I mean, I still like instant coffee. Like, coffee is fine. I have a mocha every morning, but by mocha I mean like put chocolate powder or Milo in coffee. So I'm not that fast. We have our arts college. We shouldn't really name the arts institute. I don't want to call it arts college, probably because it's a random room. But you can see, there's like a studio. Billy's our art teacher because his original house was a pottery house, so people are making pottery. Frigga wanted a movie projection place, so we made a little movie theater for her. Chrissy wanted a fashion show, so we have a runway. Sugar and confetti. Hi, thank you for following. Vivian, I love this idea. A gym to dance to. I would go to that gym so fast. Like, I am not a huge fan of gyms. I feel very intimidated there. Very unfit. But I love dance classes. I love circus classes. And looking forward to being able to rejoin them now that lockdown's over. Julian, our former villager, former island villager before he moved out, replaced by Pietro. He won a Cloud9 chalet, so here he is playing piano in the stars and a theremin. I mean, the theremin came in white, but it didn't. Marlo supposedly wants a movie star mansion, but he is a mob boss. We all know this. Like, we are not fooling anyone. This is Billy, aforementioned, a teacher of the Arts College Pottery School. That is his own pottery studio. And who's this? Candy. Candy wanted a crafty cabin. So Candy's is like, the one actual house with a bed and all. But I thought it was cute to showcase like someone who lives there and is artsy. So yeah, so we'll be updating this every so often with new venues, new facilities, new villages. So check out, follow us, RA821967059209. Come and visit us. So this will be like sort of our Island 2.0. Right. Alright. Back out of this place. Blah, 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 blah. Who's here right now? Fanny Tick, hello, welcome. Let me show you the cafe. I am very proud of the cafe. Our Fringe Fest Flat White, which I have no money to buy anymore, but alright. So Chrissy and Julian are our two servers. Le greatest cafe around. Very fitting. The Fringe Fest Flat White, which there is not enough room. So yes, befitting the name, almost everything is white. I want to do a coffee, like the actual cafe wall, but of course it's a bit of a beigey color. So it's not as flat white as I would like it to be. But you can see all white furnishing to your usual cafe flair, something. And white, lacy rugs. I think I haven't unlocked like all the rugs possible. It's still early on, but once I get like more white rugs, I'm gonna put it, and like a little stage, a little open mic stage. Here, recite your poetry. bring Brad back. He did like a Secret House Cabaret, Bradley Store. Bring him back here to perform. You can't bring friends here, alas. Like, so if I wanted Brad to come perform here, I would have to dress up as him and then go and do a thing, which is doable. But it'll be the sort of like, well, we kind of did that the last time because he doesn't have a Switch. So I basically control this character. So maybe we'll bring that back. But yes, finally, enough faffing. Let's get to work on the project I have been spruiking on Twitter, which is a dinner theater. Well, let me get changed. Let me talk to Lottie. And then we can get started. So, hello. What, please? I am indeed. Let's talk about facilities. Let's make a restaurant. Yes, please. And there's my work uniform. I look very cute. It's like a baju style, isn't it? A little bit. Oh my god, that'll be a good cosplay. So here's our restaurant. In fact, I can imagine not just a cute restaurant. I can imagine a cute dinner theater. I don't know why they make you do the exterior first. I feel like I need to do that last. But let's make a real dinner theater. So orange. I don't want it to be orange. Yeah, I want it to be red. But it's the red roof and the red sliding are two different vibes. Colors are not working for me. Let's see. Red, white. It's a bit. That's right. So let me explain my thought process here a little bit. I want to do a dinner theater. I got inspired by the idea by one of the villagers. I forget on whose island. Mine personal one or this Animal Crossing one. Not Animal Crossing, the Fringe one. One or maybe even on the Happy Home Paradise Island. Someone mentioned a dinner theater just offhand, right? I don't think it was even a request. It just mentioned something about like performing at a dinner theater, and I was like, that is an excellent idea. At first, I thought I would do it for like the ACNH Fringe Fest island, like our main island, because it fits. But then I realized, wait, actually, we have a restaurant as part of this game. Why don't we put it in here? So now that we've unlocked the restaurant, we can put it here. And oh, you can't find custom designs like while you're in the middle of renovating. Alas. That looks cool as a concept, but I have changed all the colors to make it work. What if I did? What if I did change all the colors to make it work? So it's like blue primarily, but I don't want to make it like all blue. White. You know what? I'm gonna go back to red. Just because our school is already quite blue, and I wanna like, give a variety of colors. What should we do? Maybe do the golden project. Cool. We can always change it later. Sure, why not? So yeah, dinner theater. If you're not familiar with the concept, I mean, it's basically what the name says. It's dinner and a show, right? I performed in one years ago, like 2009, I want to say, 2009, 2010, and I think it was Riches and Bridges, I think was the place, and yeah, it was like good fun. You could have a meal, and you can see a show. So actually, first order of business is to increase the size of this place because this is way too small. If you need to fit both the stage and dinner tables. So what I usually do, and more people that I realize do this too, which is great. What I usually do is to start with our wallpaper and flooring, because that helps set the mood, set the stage for everything else. This is the recommended one. Sometimes I kind of go like, I have a very particular vibe I'm trying to hit. Ooh, a retro restaurant wall. Ooh, that could work. But I want an accent wall. And so I can't do the back as an accent wall unless I want to make it a backstage, but I want to keep that clear. So let me see if I have unlocked the curtain wall, because that's kind of the vibe I want. Bamboo screen, no. Let's see if I've got the red curtains. Aha! I I believe I feel like I've seen like in one of the trailers where like that wall is gonna be better. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, what do I do with this or this? Nah, that's too much red. That's too much red. I like the original better because it breaks it up a bit. Oops. Yeah. There you go. So we've got that, and then let's change the flooring. What sort of options for flooring have they given us? That's all wallpaper, blah 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 blah. Terracotta, they're all plain. They're all boring. Let's go get some other flooring. Which we're gonna add like tiles to it to make the stage, right? So let's try a few. That's alright. I feel that's nah, that starts good. That starts looking like a school hall, school auditorium, school hall situation. Colors too bright. Yeah, I get very fussy about this kind of thing. You'll be here for hours. Haven't got a new DLC yet. This is perfect introduction. Johnner! Oh my god! Hi! I thought your username seemed familiar. Hello? Hello, hello. Yeah, the DLC is great. I've been spending so much time on the DLC on like my personal island. Is I've gone through like most of the unlocks. It's great. Ooh, circus flooring. I feel like that kind of fits. I'll put that there, and if I change my mind, I'll do so later. But let's get some tiles to delineate. What is this? We have a lot of textures happening. To delineate sort of our two sections, right? Because we need a stage. That is very tiny. Do I have anything bigger? No. Alas. I mean, I guess it works for tiling, but like... Let me try this. Right? Because you have the red brick up in the retro wall, right? So, do another layer. There we go. Okay, so we've got the stage. And now we have the show. And now we have the dinner. So, there's something somehow ceremonial about circus. It is, yeah. I am hoping, I have not seen this yet. I am hoping though that they will have more circus like items. I've not really seen that many, but I know this like, I found a card tower. And one of the animals, one of the villagers requested a magician's room, which I am screaming about because a previous big project is a show I do called Queen Lady Magician. So I was like, oh my god, this is my vibe. Ah, yes, a disco ball, perfect. But we'll get to you in a second. What was I doing? Oh, tables. Yeah. So they give you a suggested table, but that table is tiny. I mean, I guess it fits. Let me see if I can do better though. Ooh. Yeah, let's go big. We'll change the colors later. Another one. Alright, let me just get them into some semblance of order. I mean, the tables are alright, but I feel like this is a dinner theater. We want to make it slightly irreverent, right? And I just feel like those tables might be a little too formal. Let me see if I have... I mean, there's like the diner. So that's a option. To make it a diner. I'm trying to think of like the sort of dinner theater style things have been. Like the Melba Spiegel tent. Rest in peace. Does that kind of thing would sometimes have like tables, and it wouldn't, right? Because the Spiegel tent is like, I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a big wooden structure stage thing. Not this. This is too fancy. Bistro. I kind of like the vibe, but the umbrella's a bit weird. Let's see. Yeah, this is too low. The diner is like such a specific aesthetic though. I might stay on that, maybe bring back a smaller one. You know, for the solo, for people who are eating solo. Let's see. Something about the spacing is like bugging me a little bit, but put you two here. Because, yeah, let's customize this so they look a little less jank. Ooh, gold. Yeah, let's do gold. And then there was like a red. Yeah, wine. Oh, there's wine red or Damascus. Oh, I thought it was Damascus red. There is also this one pattern that I use all the time on my other builds, which is this one. There we go. Make it fancy. You know, you're here to see some theater. Well, usually the sort of shows that go on in a dinner theater is usually like a more wacky cabaret style. Where is Brad? We need Brad. Where's Brad? We need it. And you have like the tables at the back. See, the problem is the spacing. Like, once you put chairs here, there's like no room to move back. And I know it's Animal Crossing. You don't have to be realistic, but I like to have some semblance of realism. So, I'll keep one. I feel like there's like room for one. Well, let's get let's make you fancy. How much can I customize you? Aha! Yes, I can customize you the same way. There we go. Yeah. And now let's get some chairs. Because what was the minimum requirement for? Oh, cash register. I do not have a place for people to pay. No one needs to pay. Maybe the cash register get a tip bucket. I did not think that far ahead. Chairs. An artsy chair. Like, you think you fit the vibe, but it's very big. So we need something a little smaller. Let's see what a rattan stool looks like. Rattan. No. Colors don't work. Ooh, velvet stools. There you go. That. Where'd my focus go? You know what? Because I have to fit this cash register in somehow, I'm gonna have to get rid of this and put like the cash register at the back. So let me just figure out a counter for our cash register first. Like, we could do the diner counter maybe. Or this, yeah, probably the diner counter. See the gray. Well, like, it's not like the other counter option we have is like that amazing either. But let's see. Pink, light brown, dark brown. It's very formal. Natural wood, white and natural. Green and black, no. Ooh, there we go. Black and red. That works. A slightly off aesthetic, but that works. So I'm gonna move you. Move the spacing. Da, 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 da. There we go. Can you walk? I like to do like a walk test. You can! Great. They are possibly a little too far forward, but I do need to also fit the chairs. So, can I fit the chairs in here? Yes. I also fit a chair here. Yes. Our poor cashier. Well, the cashier can just sort of walk here a little bit. Should be fine. We could fit a chair there. Or we fit a chair there. The person who's sort of coming in from that direction has nowhere to go. Right, we can't move the tables any more further. I think there's a way to like put a chair sort of slightly off center. There you go. If I move the there we go. If you move the chairs just a little bit up, They're not center, but I feel like that gives room, for like this set of chairs. Yeah, you try that. Just like, someone is coming. Move your table a little bit. Or should... How do they move the counter in the middle? Ooh, I have an idea. What if this is not just your payment counter? What if this is also your bar? Ooh, idea. If this is a bar, that means these two chairs I'm electing to move. I'm gonna move two chairs here in the middle. There we go. We've got a bar. I want to move here a little bit. Put the chairs here. And move here down. So let me just move down and I'll do another walk test. Yeah, that works. It sort of like cut off like half our passageway, but I think that works. And like realistically, you don't have chairs here, but like you don't want to fit the bar and stuff. Cool. So we've got our chairs for the order. We've got the table. We need a cash register. Let's do an antique one. It's like a fun. Let's give it a black one. Alright, so we've got all the mandatory items because the characters we get interact with them. But let's do some drinks. What do we have in terms of like drink making items? Or anything that we can pretend to be like a cocktail shaker. We've got bottles. That works. What's like a good color? The brown sort of makes it look a little bit like beer. Apple, orange, white, green. There you go. Alright, beer bottles for you. And let's give you a couple more drinks. Ooh, popcorn. You can customize this. What options do you have? Ooh, that's interesting. Curry flavored and berry soda. I kind of want to know what like a curry flavored popcorn would taste like. Alright, let's give you caramel and melon soda, and let's make the box. Let's give the box the same pattern as like the tables. That's interesting. And let's give you a drink of some kind. There you go, a strawberry soda, which can be our version of a... What's the tomato drink? A Bloody Mary. Cool. So you got drinks. Now let's give our two patrons something to... Oops. So yeah, two patrons something to drink. Well, 4 I guess, but what sort of options do you have for snacks? Chips. I want chips. I ran out of chips. I ran out of salty snacks. Should have gotten some yesterday. A melon soda, which can be like a mojito, isn't it? Get that. And let's do an order. Let's get some snacks at the table. Well, I mean, let's get dinner. This is, after all, a dinner theater. What would you find in dinner theater? I feel like with something this is janky, I feel like you'd want, not janky, but like, they're like, it's like the sort of stuff you'd get in a Colorful juice would be slightly worrying menu item in the wild. I mean, it feels like the sort of thing you'd get from a dive bar. Colorful juice. Alright. One table is just here having a light meal. So they're having fries. The other one, someone might decide to go a little bit fancy. Let's give them some spaghetti. There we go. Cool. Alright, so we got the dinner part down. Let's now get the show part. And hopefully the fact that we've unlocked the amphitheater means we get to do something fun. I think we might not have enough room for the neon sign, but I'll keep that in mind. Mics. Yes. Right. What sort of vibe? We want probably a cabaret vibe, so which means not usually musical instruments, but there's always a piano involved. So let's see if I've gotten a piano. I do. Let's get this piano. Looks like the sort of piano you'd find in a cabaret bar. And then you have like your cabaret artists there. There's usually anything else that's going on shenanigans wise. I'm trying to think. It's been a while since I've seen cabaret shows. Brad! I need Brad. Brad, tell me. Brad is probably at rehearsal. What else? Because cabaret shows, like, stage-wise, they're kind of minimalist. Like, all the chaos happens with the performer. Let's put some, like, amps while I think about... Ooh! Bubble machines are so many of my builds in my personal island. Like, if there's anything kind of funky like this, there's usually, like, bubble machines everywhere. So let's put them. Let's just make it interesting. A DJ turntable. That's a bit intense. But I do want some source of music, right? Too bad these aren't, like, music generating. Otherwise I'd add them. But yeah, I think the DJ turntable can be sort of our, like, little, like, tech machine thing. There you go. These are the sort of, like, tech setup. Even though it's usually, you know, you'd expect the pianist to come up with something. But in my other builds, just this morning, I went back to my own personal islands like Happy on Paradise, and I went back in and just added like music players to all my facilities because they were so quiet. Too quiet, they were unnerving. Let's have a speaker. I feel like there needs to be one other thing. Maybe we'll do the sign. If I can find it. There it is. What are my options for this neon sign? Red, orange, green, purple, blue. Let's do red. There you go. And you let's find chairs for these people. I was gonna put velvet stools, but this is like everyone has a velvet stool. It gets 2 velvet stoolie. There's a piano for our accompanist. I think where this would shine will be like once we start being able to like hang things up in the air. The lack of symmetry is going to bug me, but yeah, I'll do. Ooh, a boxy stool. Can I make you a little more interesting? Yeah, make you red. There we go. Cool. We got the dinner and a show. Let's see what we can hang up on here. What are our options? Spotlights, yep. Wish you could adjust them. White spotlights, very jarring. So we can do yellow. Give him a light yellow orange wash. Not that you can necessarily see it so well. What else do I have as options? Do I have the autographs yet? I do! Of course we need autographs. We need to show off that we've had people here in our dinner theater. And since we have autographs, something else we could do is where's all of KK songs? There we go. Let's pick a bunch of KK songs that would fit. Driving, Dixie, flamenco, hell yeah. Gumbo, love song, not alibi, not march, rock, mariachi, rockabilly, ska. It's like okay. Alright. And I'm gonna arrange these artfully. There we go. And I'm gonna adjust the spacing a bit later on, but there you go. These are the, you know, like you go to a sub restaurants or whatever that celebrities often go to. And like, look at our wall of fame. People's signature stuff. Alright, so I think that kind of works spiking wise. Move here, gonna move one step down. There we go. There was LED lights that I saw earlier. So let me go grab that if I can find it. Ooh, Starry Garland. I'll pick that. There we go. Like this is that I feel like more realistically you find that at the ooh you'd find it outside, but I can't really do anything outside for what if. What does this look like? Ooh! Ooh! It's very messy, but I kind of dig it. Ooh, that looks cool. The lighting just makes it like a weird to see, but I dig it. Ooh, go in the star clouds. So let's get some starry garlands. Tribute to hares and hyenas, which is as of tomorrow, I guess, now just split up. You know, the inspiration for rabbits and wolves back in our original island. They're splitting up. The bookstore half is going to St. Kilda. The performance half is still around. The fact that this does not wrap around neatly is gonna bug me, but not much I can do about it. Like, it would probably if like the spotlight's from there, but it's good. See, it's like it's just a weird length. So I'm gonna need to like, figure out the spacing. Alright, let's see if I can just move it one level. There we go. Now it doesn't look a little less jank. You probably don't need like, well, I kind of like how it looks. And this. And this. Okay, there we go. We just have a quick look at what I've unlocked. See if anything's relevant. Do I not have an exit sign? I feel like an exit sign would be very important. I do have an exit sign, but it's in the way of something. There we go. Oof, the exit sign doesn't quite fit here. But let me do something funky. Let me just move this here instead. And then move the exit sign where I need you to move the exit sign. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. And now lights. Thankfully. they've given me an excellent option, which is this disco ball. So hell yeah, it's a disco ball. It's mandatory. I feel like drapery, because we already have so much of the stars, it might be like overdoing it a little bit. Let's do some stage lights. Oops. No, it's disco ball. This is the thing I need. Oops. Come on. There we go. And the fun thing about these stage lights is that you can customize them. See, they're like very subtle. Maybe I can do an orange and yellow wash over the whole thing. Cool. And after a certain point, you can unlock. Well, I don't have soundscapes right now. Ooh! Ooh. Ooh! Ooh, that's a vibe. That's not what I want to take. Ooh, that's such a vibe. There you go. It's very red. I kind of dig it. Look at that. Look at that. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to our dinner theater. To our cabaret. Featuring me. La 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 la. It's very quiet though. Let's play something fun. Let's shuffle. Not quite cabaret music. But it will do for now. Okay, so we have this. Am I allowed to go in here yet? I think so. Because the restaurant, you don't just make the front bit, you also make a kitchen. But what I want to do with the kitchen is to make it 1 part kitchen, 1 part green room, because the artists have to be somewhere. Oh, look, this has to be big. I don't know why you can't make that the size for like the main kitchen, the main restaurant area. That's very strange. But anyway, half green room, half kitchen. Have I unlocked partitions yet? I have unlocked partitions. Excellent. But let's fix this up because this is ridiculous. What is this gray? This gray should not be allowed to exist. Green kitchen. Oh, let's do red brick. I feel like red brick works. And then we get sort of the green room sort of later. Flooring. I mean, yes, there is the restaurant flooring, but it is very plain. And I am not terribly a fan. So let's give it some tile. Ooh, all brick. Ooh. Ooh, there's an idea. Remember the terracotta from earlier? Chocolates. I think that's an idea. No, wait, no, that's what I was after. Probably wouldn't want wood. Well, the thing, I'd have them at Mari! Hello, Mari. We are making a dinner theater. We've made the sort of the front bit, which I'll show you after I finish this. But now I'm trying to figure out. I was thinking now I'm sure if I am not sure either. Mari still plays. Mari and I do a ooh. Do I need to keep my Twitch open to keep? I don't know. Mari and I do streaming of Ace Attorney Saturday nights. I kind of like this. It's very odd, but I kind of dig it. So I might have it here. Let's see. Oh, that is not what I wanted. I wanted this thing. Hello. There you go. Right. It wants 2 stovetops. Why 2 though? Can I get a system kitchen that's a little more fun? Ooh, that's red. Go red. Don't like that other kitchen though, because it's like, it's only gray. Boring as. I have an idea, but I need to partition off the room first. So let's partition off the room for half green room, half. Like, if I wanted to be, like, sort of fancy about it, I can, like, make a door. But that, you know, the room is not that wide. Hello, Ladybug. I didn't realize Ladybug was here. And I don't have pillars, right? So, I don't have pillars yet, so it looks a bit jagged. So I'm just split it in half, or as much as in half as I can get. Let me just see if my idea that works, which is this, and then kitchen island, because I need 2 of these. Ooh, I think that might work out. There we go. So yeah, 2 mandatory stovetops are here. So that's cool. What else goes in the kitchen? I don't have much in the way of kitchen counter space. But let me just go back to that later. Let's fix up our green room. So you can't super change the walls, really. But let me see if I can, like, make the green side an accent wall. Yeah, it's just hard to find, like, something that works with, like... Ooh, well, actually, hang on. If I did that... Well, it's just weird because you have, like, this sort of black and white situation happening. So how much do I want this green room to be green? Is the question. There's this. There's also this, which is a little subtler. You know, you get like flowers. Ooh! Ah, blue. But it kind of feels like the vibe though of a green room. You know? Frozen foods. Blackboard. Forest. Yeah, your green room's a jungle. I might go with one of the diner walls. Because it's not quite green. I think there is a green one which I don't have, but it'll do. You know, it's the same kind of chaos mess. So, and I can't like do an accent wall like here and keep this red. Yeah, the system doesn't let me. So I'm just gonna keep it here. Green rooms have sofas. Let me find like sort of a very janky looking sofa. And this is normal. Hey, get this. Oh, it's so shiny. I don't want it shiny. What are you? That looks fancy. I try to get a vibe of like, what would you get from a thrift store? Let me try that. Maybe see how that works out. So they'd have... There's too much going on. Change my mind. What do you look like? Vintage sofa. Here we go. Talking about... There we go. There we go. So, we've got the sofa. Ooh, I was gonna change the flooring. Yeah, it's hard to do this because of the spacing. Ooh, that's an idea. Because if the issue is like this side, And then come back here. Oof, not quite. I need this to be like a 2 by 2 far, which I might have. Unless I do something hella tricky. Oh, Mario, you might notice I fixed up the Nightbot at some point. Oh, that is very tricky. So I might do that actually, which is I'm back here. The color's still off, but what are my other options? Well, like green bamboo, green exercise. Nightbot. You know that bot where it's like, welcome to ACNH Fringe, donate to our artist fund, even though we don't have one. Yeah, I went into the, finally figured out how to get into settings and like fix that up. Yeah, the welcome one, yeah. So fix it up, there's new commands and such on there. What is this? I feel like this matches the vibe a little better. But it's also chaos. I mean, this whole room is chaos, so let me try that. Let me just embrace the chaos. There you go. I'm just embracing the chaos right now. It's a dinner theater. A dinner theater is just chaos. No, I don't want multiple sofas. A dinner theater is just chaos all around, you know? I'm gonna cover up this flooring. Not a separate wall. Okay, thanks. Wait, I don't understand. How do you like work here and not work? Oh, something about the spacing going off. Okay. Now let's see, how many of these can I fit? Oof, not quite. But will you be the answer to my problems? Potentially, but like in a weird way. That. I'm gonna do that. I'll put you at the back. I might cover you up with things. At some point, you do unlock like coat hangers and things for like an apparel shop, but that's very, very late into the game, so not gonna worry too much about it. But let's give you a wardrobe. I don't have the sort of hanging clothes thing just yet, which would be, I think, a better choice, but let's give you a wardrobe because everyone needs to keep their clothes, and I don't have too many wardrobes on here. I don't have an antique one. Having go to start with Sherlock Holmes stories on Wikipedia. Oops, come back here. Any fun ones you found? Ooh, that's fading into the wall. Don't want that. Cherrywood could work. That's still kind of fading into the wall though. There you go. Realize that little kid Wilhelm. Let me make you white, maybe. Except that's not an option. Gray. Give you green, maybe. Secret relationship. That feels wrong. That feels like the age doesn't work. Where is my... I know I have a powder room because I unlocked that to increase his thing. Now they age him down from the game. Oh, so he was older in the story. Alright, it's bedtime. Alright, thanks for joining, Johnny. It's been ages. Thanks for joining in. Have a good sleep. Here we go. I do not remember how buttons work. Okay. That's too fancy. Yeah, I have my vibe for this is like I have been to the thrift store. Although, let me just look at my options for wardrobes a little bit. Because that's the ranch one. White, blue, pink, green, vintage. That might be a little more interesting. Hobson has home to get a pick back from either of them together because he's about to marry her. He'll be a oh, is that where the scandal in Bohemia story? Is that what that is? There we go. So we've got a wardrobe, got a sofa. What's like the middle bit if I'm facing the wall to say? Need to give the green room a tea table of some kind. Home tries, but Adler marries another person, realizes our home's out to be going and hold the picture, right? There you go. I don't think I have my suitcase here, do I? No, I don't. Alas. But, since this is a green room, I think we could put some miscellaneous instruments. Like an acoustic guitar feels like it suits the vibe. A second mic, maybe. That's like, you know, just like little spares. Yeah, they've had to pick to stop Austin bothering her. Stop bothering me, tell all. Ooh. There you go. Yeah, no. Well, the thing, I feel like I need something for like this side of the wall. I don't know what though. Like I want to say, like in the last few builds I did of a green room, I would put a kitchenette, but the kitchen is literally next door. Or maybe I put like a food. Where did my counter go? There you go. And let's give them some refreshments. Thought I had a high tea thing, maybe not on this account. Oh, here it is. Snacks. Some cookies. What have I done with my cookies? Here they are. And There you go. More beer bottles. Right. So let me just adjust this a little bit. Okay, so that's the green room. Mostly sorted. Very basic. But you know. Let's do a little walk test. Yeah, go from here. Oh, hungry. Had snacks. I have snacks. Yeah. 2 seconds. 2 seconds! What exactly does this character want? Which character do you mean? This is... Okay, so Mari, to fill you in, we, besides fulfilling what villagers request, you can also do facilities, right? So you have... We've done a school, we've done a cafe, we're now doing a restaurant. So what they just want a restaurant, but I am turning it into a dinner theater. I'll show you the theater bit of the dinner theater in a second. So this is the backstage. So we have 2 rooms to fill. One is the kitchen area, which I'm making like backstage. My netboard's bad. Here we go. See, it's updated. I now set it to every half an hour. And this is the theater part of the dinner theater. You know, you can sit down and enjoy a meal. There's a bar. And you can see a cabaret show. Very sad cabaret show. And there's a piano. And the fun thing about this is, they've tuned the musical instruments to match what music is playing, which is great. So that's our dinner theater, but I want to fix that a little bit. Yeah, Mari, try things like exclamation mark YouTube or exclamation mark socials or something. I added a bunch of new options. Alright, fix that. Oh, only I did socials. Sorry, I failed. That one I didn't set up yet. But try like, you know, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Alright, back to the kitchen. Hey, oh, look at that! How do you set this up? If you go to Nightbot, I forgot the URL, you can Google it. You log in with your Twitch, and then all the customizations are there. Very easy. Right, in the counter. Because this is a very basic kitchen. But I want more going on. This is too basic a kitchen. I have no sinks, for example, so we need to set our sinks. Why do you have to be grey? Ooh, I haven't set up that for the other. I will. Can I make you red? No. Oh, we have sinks. We have 1 sink. I feel like this needs something. Oh, printer oven. Here you go. And then maybe on the other side. and do a counter. Oh, that was what I'm trying to do. How many black and red? Because I do want space for like our eventual characters to move about. So I'm not gonna like cram it in just yet. Or maybe you put one here. For like visual interest, I guess. Oh yeah, here you go. Put something here. I don't really have anything resembling a pantry just yet. What can I put on that other side? Plants? I don't need plants. A popcorn machine. A cotton candy machine for our artists. I feel like this is the sort of place that would. Ooh, a salad bar. Actually, that's an idea. Can I customize this salad bar? I can. Oops. There you go, you got a passageway to the kitchen. And so if you're peckish, kitchen can just refill your salad bar. There we go. Now it's accessorize. Let's give. Do I only have one pizza unlocked? My god. I had more. Okay, order up on a pizza. Someone needs some pasta made. Some dishes. Now 2 counters. Might change that second counter out, but I don't know what to. Ooh, actually, I have an idea. Where did I put it? Oh, right in front of me. salad bar goes here. Even though the aesthetics are all wrong. Busing station goes here. And I feel like this needs one other thing. A menu! My announcements and stuff. There you go. There's a notice board. Cool. I'm gonna move the salad bar. Put the counter here just so it looks better. Move the salad bar here. Those will be offsetter. And on that counter, I will put maybe an espresso machine. Ooh, the espresso machine should really go on the other side. I'm gonna move that. Put the beer bottles here because that could be refills. Espresso machine. There we go. Evolving spice rack. Ooh, okay. I have an idea. Move you and the dishes here. Move the spice rack to the kitchen. And you two are very off-center, so I'm gonna move you to the middle a little bit. Cool. I think that's good. Now we move on to stuff I can hang. That's got plenty. Let's not disturb that. This, however, is very empty. And we do have some kitchen stuff I could put, so good opportunity. Some vents. One is fine. Spice rack on the salad bar. Put a clock here and lighting. Oh, I don't have anything hanging for like the other side. I feel like I should. But then again, it's so full. Like, look at the walls are so full. Look at TV, people. People can watch. Yeah, people can watch what's going outside. Right. Okay. Cool. And put some funky lighting. I need all of you to come. Here we go. Excellent. And then for the kitchen side, oh, we could probably do the same. I'm gonna change the colors. Oops. Here we go. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. Right. Walk test. Green room. Oh, I was gonna give this green room person something on the table. And where's my cup and sauces? Alright, let's do a little walk test of a very janky green room. A little less janky kitchen. Cool. I think we're good. This is good. Look at that! Our dinner theater is ready. Alright, who is working? Who is our employee? Hell yeah, cat. Who's our chef? It's beautiful Brad to do his MC role. Ha! It did! Although Brad's not really an MC. He's the... He does cabaret, but like, you know, singing and performing. He doesn't super does MC. I see. I'm the one with the more MC background. It's our chef. What kind of requisition a chef? Chef Marlo. Cabaret MC role. Maybe. You know, I'm not like necessarily opposed to this combination. Let's do that. I definitely want a cat in there. Ha! If you don't, you just pick at random. It's more like which one looks nice. Let's give it a name. Well, it has to be Fringe Fest something, because that's a naming convention for all our... Fringe Fest MCs Eats. Oh, interesting. Let's see if we can fit all of it. We might have to like shorten the MCs bit. Let's see if we can fit all of it. Victory! Victory! Yeah! Probably cutting it close, man. Alright. No, I like the name. Look at that! Look at that! Look at this. Some people are on stage already. There's our performers. Completely ignoring the audience. Excuse me. They did it in the cafe too. There's our kitchen. Oh, at least they're in the kitchen half. This is good. Green room. Ta-da! MC's Eats. Love it. Look at that. Hello! Here's our performer for the day. I do not know what your name is. Cat's up there. It will! So you people show up and eat, and then in the kitchen, you can, if you go to the kitchen, they will order, well, I mean, the table is full of food. But they will eat, and if you go to the kitchen, after this public function, you can get a recipe from the chef. But I'll show you how it works in the cafe. But yeah, the cashier, hello. I would like a drink, please. I have not made a pathway for me to make drinks. Oh well, oversight. And here's our performer. This is hilarious. Oh, do I have to tell you what to do? Why did you just ask me then and there? And then look at photos. Look at that. I am saying some words. I'm the only one who laughed. Okay. Photo time. Oops. Hey. It's funny all these villagers are coming here for the holiday and I'm just giving them jobs. Look at that. $25,000. Heck yeah. I'll work a little longer. But let's go some shopping first. A tablet, a chandelier, a gumball machine. Do I need this? Actually, I'll pass because I think don't you have to pay the? Yes, thank you. I was just wondering. Just realizing I need to pay this guy back. Like as long as you only have like one thing you owe him, it's fine. But it's not like you have to like pay him first before you can buy anything. But alas, yes, there goes all my money. So I can't go to the cafe. I mean, I could have paid him $1, but you know. Right, so I think you missed it. Here's the cafe I made. I called it the Fringe Fest Flat White. I couldn't fit Flat White Cafe in the whole rhyme. Well, this is the cafe. So you can see the two of them blocking the way. It's a flat white cafe. I've made it all as well as possible. There's also a performance venue here with a boxu seat. ACNH Fringe themed box. It's all white. It's all white. Very cute. Thank you. Apparently, at some point in the future, you can unlock a second floor to make an art gallery. I swear to God, they've been following us and stealing our idea. You want to play beach sports? Okay. I can't access either of you, so I can't help you. Sorry, Chrissy. You want to show off cars. Okay. Is the restaurant already open for business or do we wait till tomorrow? We'll check. Heck yeah, look at that! Ah, we have a performer already! Look at that. Alright, how do I applaud? Yeah, you did it! You want trees? Okay. I might have already done yours, but I'm not sure. Alright, what does he want? He's not a place that's not quite finished yet. You know what? I admire that. I am gonna see if I can grab a DIY. Please do not go away. I admire that vibe. I respect that. I think I will go for it. That is hilarious. As a kitchen. Alright, so you are the apprentice, right? Yep. And so talk to her. What are you making? Yes, teach me how to make cookies. I would love to have some cookies. Thank you. Perfectly named. Sure. Alright. Teach me how to make cookies. I might have told this story on a previous stream. I'll tell it again. What's it the so someone on Twitter was like, hey, now that Animal Crossing has you want to park a way for you to cook, what if I did a thing over Christmas of like I'll make all the recipes and I'll share my videos of like me making them, and someone DM'd them and was like, well, I'm already going to make this as a series, so you don't have to do it. So you just take your tweet down so you don't disturb my future brand. I'm like, really? Really? Alright, I need to talk to you, Mr. I want an unfinished room, but how do I do that? There we go. Hello, I need to talk to you, Mr. I want an unfinished room. I have no idea how to address you though. Because I've made things super snug. Hello. Hello, can I sell you a thing? It will not let me sell you a thing when I'm sitting down. That is a grave oversight on my part. TBH. Wow. I can talk to you. Let me try something. I mean, I could reorganize it, but I don't wanna. Let me get 2 secs. And let me go back in and see if that resets stuff. Oh, look at that! You're on stage! There we go. Yes, I want to help you with your vision of an unfinished house. I respect that. I think that's hilarious. Let's do it. We're all about the conceptual here at ACNH Fringe. It's a very, like, secret house idea. Alright. Let's pick an unfinished island for this guy. Or where's all the ruins? But you're not ruined so much as you're under construction. One of the areas looks a bit more like a city. Oh yeah, where faith is. There you go, blank slate. A half-built house. I am very curious about how this one's gonna work. Alright. A lot of your stuff that you want, Caesar, is outdoors, so I'm gonna put on outdoorsy stuff. Oh my god. The house under construction. Look at this, you got excavators! There you go, I'm gonna take out all the... Wait, I already have some there. Oh my god. You are full on construction site with scaffolding, ladders, it works. Okay. So your house is under construction. You hear... I can hear a war. I don't know what is giving me the war. Scaffolding on the sides. Can I put scaffolding on the back? Is there room in the back of the house to do that? I think so. Ooh, not quite, but I can fix that. Nope. Oh, I can't fix that because I've got a forklift. There you go. More scaffolding. Oh, come on! Oh, that works. Okay. Oh my god, this is great. I love it. It's hilarious. What is this? Bush. You are a cement roller. So what were my 3 mandatory items for this? Okay, the warning sign, the cone, and the cement exam. Cool. Okay. Construction site. I feel like this is an indoor situation. So, jackhammering. Oh my god, this is hilarious. What is this? Some tires. Make you yellow. Just so I can unify the colors a little bit. I can! Become the... Aha! Yes! Yes! Perfect. Um, so this is a chaos of a construction site. Let's put more chaotic items around here. Oh, I was like, where's the box there? Boxes are gonna see if I can pile them up. There we go. Pile of boxes. Maybe I'll put like the trifecta here. Any more chaotic items I could put in? I'll save some of this for inside. I feel like inside could be pretty funny. Right, let's do some fencing, but let's make like half finished fencing. And you have like bits of fencing here because it's still unfinished. Work in progress. Pathing. This is gonna be so funny. You know, they're making a stone path, but it's like not entirely there. That's why you need the steamroller to like finish it off. I feel like there used to be a tree, but like halfway. Like the forklift has to carry something, right? But yeah, there's just like these trees that have been cut off. They haven't like dealt with the trees yet. What can the forklift be carrying? Probably another one of these things. Keep the house unfinished. We have some weeds. So you haven't cleaned it out yet. There you go. Move. Oh. First problem spotted. Okay. So I probably don't need any of this because I already sorted it out there. But let's see what options you've given me for flooring and wallpaper. Ooh! You're a construction tent. I think I see a purpose for you. Where all like the work happens. Oof. Thought I had sloppy table unlocked, or not? Oh boy. Yeah. Couple table supplies. Let me find the DIY tables. Which are here somewhere. So I've said, you might have seen some of my announcements on the socials and on the newsletter that I'm planning to do these streams around Sunday afternoons. So like 3 p.m.-ish onwards. That's the plan. We'll see how long it takes. And it'll mostly be this. However, I only just realized next week, literally next week, is the first 1 year anniversary of our big 12-hour gala stream. You know, the thing that this island was made for. Its anniversary, it's next year. And I haven't super planned anything for it. But, you know, I don't know if I have time to plan anything because I have like a bunch of big things due this week also. But it'd be cool, you know, if like we can get the gang back. Maybe open it up. If I can figure out how to get other people's audio on here. I was trying to get my own audio on here. It was like a pain in the ass. Figure out other audio on here. Then we can get people to come and chat, and we can like chat together while I make stuff. So if you think that's something you'd be into, let me know. Mari, you know, you were like our first guest ever. Would this be something you're interested in, maybe? Alright. Hold on. What am I holding on for? I got the 1 year bit, and was it be between? Oh, just that I haven't had any plans. You know, because I only realized before I was setting this up today that it was going to be a year. So I haven't really decided if I was going to do anything, and if so, what. But if I could figure out how, and especially if I could figure out how to get, you know, like how we stream Ace Attorney and via Discord. If there's a way to do that, then I could like ask, you, maybe Brad, though he might be busy some days. Maze, maybe, just like want to join the Discord, just come and chat and play. Probably won't do too much in the way of building, because if you try to have people on the same island at the same time, you can't do much in the way of building, but, just like, it's 1 year! It's 1 year since we did this. I want to like do something about it. I don't know what, but alright, let's give you some tools. We could figure out how to give you some tools. Okay, get on chatting. Yes, cool. I might need your advice on how the heck to get Discord working with OBS. Because trying to get audio for this was a headache and a half. I'm not sure about being an island. Yeah, no, that's fine. Like, it's more like getting you guys on audio. It's more, for the people who are players. And so if you want to get them on board, what does that look like, Fire extinguisher, very important. Do I not have a toolbox? I feel like I should. But I can't figure out where in this section would I find one. I need to give you snacks! Hold on a sec. Okay, yeah, sure. Oh yeah, you don't have to give me the Discord lesson right now. I won't be able to register it anyway, but at some point. Alright, maybe I'll give you like an old-timey radio, because it always annoys me when these places are too quiet! It is meant to be ramshackle anyway, isn't it? So, oh, you don't need to like put too many things. Let's look. Let's have a look and see what's like funny. Aha! This would be useful. WC. Oh my god, I need to put that outdoors. I need to put that in there somewhere. There you go. Fucking break. Oops. Alright, walk test. Where can I hang? Not really anything worth hanging. Ooh, the coveralls maybe. Hang a picture of you. You can do it very floor lighting. Yes. Floor lighting in a tent, because that completely makes sense. There's something for it. I'm pretty sure I have a toolbox. I have no idea where my toolbox is. Yeah, a couple of boxes. Oops. Oh, here it is. Alright, thanks. I saw you sent me something on Discord. I will look into that. I'm gonna move things around a bit. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like the plants need to be kind of important. There you go. I don't know what to present to him, inside or outside. It's just chaos. It's unfinished! It's unfinished chaos. It's ready. Well, does he need a spot to sleep? It's not mandatory. It depends. Like each villager you work, so it's not a well, actually first cities also apply. They have they'll show you at the beginning kind of their mandatory required furniture, but it's not always beds. Like his is like the cement mixer, the cone, and the warming set. You're gonna get hit. Wait, I can see his butt. Yeah, the villagers don't wear pants. They can't wear pants. Oh my god. This is... You know, I respect this. I respect this. This is very odd, but I respect it. I feel creepy. Oh man. Oh man. Wait until you see Beardo. The dude... I do not know how to explain Beardo to you. They'll just say you can see fur where you shouldn't be seeing fur. TBH. Alright, there you go. I'm heading back. Highness! I am not the queen. I'm just a contractor who has half finished your house like you asked. 12,000! Yay! You don't see gentles. Well, on the one hand, you probably wouldn't want to see gentles in a children's game. The walrus has pets. Oh yeah, he does too. He might be the only one. Because I don't think the other NPCs have pets. That's well spotted. He might be the first one. Oh my god. Wow. I mean, like the feminine characters wear skirts, but sometimes, not all of them. You spotted something interesting. Right, okay. You won't see any gentles because Animal Crossing is an all ages game. But there is the statue of David in the game, and it is very anatomically correct. So you clean up. You like to pile up when you involve the rest of life. Ah! Only man gets it. No, I think all of them go pantsless. He went straight upstairs. Okay, fine. Well now I'm curious. Can I look? What is Lolly doing? Handheld camera. Hello. I can't see behind Lottie. Yeah, I think all genders go pantsless. It's just like, I guess, with the feminine ones, you can kind of get away with like it looking like a skirt. Hello, Nico. Do you have pants, Nico? This is an important question of our time. He does not. He has a tail though. Although I think Wardell's a manatee, not a walrus. Quite close enough. Hello. Every single one of them. Okay, okay. Blah 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 blah. Here's how you mix it. I made all that, yes. I ran an island too. Oh. I can now use stuff I made. Hoorah. Alright, actually, now that I have some money, let's go to the cafe now that I can kind of afford what's going on. Let's have the maple syrup, the lollipop. It is delicious. Alright, how do I get the cafe? What are you selling? What's for sale? Sorry, Turtle Lottie. I will. But let me go disturb the the cafe people first. 90 beat times recommended roasting time. The flavor profile. The poor girl. We have brought her to Melbourne. Coffee. I forgot what exhaustion is. All Melbourne baristas in a nutshell. Oh my god. Alright, yeah, where's the salad meal? I want to, like, I wish I could see what these foods are, like, more close up, because if I was gonna do, like, a recreation, I feel like I want to do a recreation of, like, these things. A spaghetti pepperoncino, a risotto, iced coffee, blood orange juice, and iced coffee latte. Let me go... a western salad meal. Sure. Thank you. I'm good. How is Julian liking the cafe life? Gotta step up. I'm good. Because your menus are the same. Oh no! I need to. There should be mass people recreating. Not a bad idea, actually. Oh no, the Flat White Cafe is running into the one problem I have, which is it's too quiet. I thought I put it on the radio though. Well, I'll check later. Okay, that's a little naughty. I feel like there will be a mass of people recreating the recipes anyway. Okay, hi, hello. I was sent to you. Yay! I got an idea. Time to cross over for first time outside. Yay! Right. Before I forget, let's upload our dinner theater to our Happy Home network. Probably the under construction is funny, but I might skip that. Right. Alright, look at my profile. Cool. I am going to do some swapping. And then, oops, change property. Our MC's eats. Ta-da! You know what? Let's share it while I'm here. It's gonna be fun to try and type on controller. Oop. Theater. This is very scintillating watching, I realize. C's eats named what? By at Marisol Place. Or Marisol Writes, rather. Well, I am going to give you credit anyway. Is open for business. Built live on Twitch TWI H dot TV slash ACNH underscore. Oops. FRI and Fringe return I don't need. But let's do Happy on Paradise. Happy. Oops. Home. Paradise. Post to Twitter. Posting live on stream. Cool. Done. Done. So far the only person we're following is me on my own account. Oh, and Kitty. Oh, I must be following someone else. Didn't realize that. But hey. Look at that. Alright. I think we've done one big project for Happy Home Paradise. And we've done one very interesting house idea. Let's now fly back to the island. Because we started our stream here rather than on the home island. So let's go home. Let's see what's going on at home. I wanna go back. That's right. Like I've done some of the sort of the dailies already. Like I've been to Captain's Island and stuff, but let's go home because there is something I want to like ask about with regards to the home island. And Mari, this might be a little bit lost on you, but we will see. Maybe you'll have some good ideas. So the Happy on Paradise DLC and the update has given us a lot of items for stage stuff. Like you saw some of it. Oh, the stuff that you see, the bubble, you know, the bubble machine. They have stage lights, stage like fire things. It's pretty epic, right? And our stage is this tiny little thing. And I was thinking of extending this area because we have a lot of this dead space here, right? Like we have the pond, but we have a lot of empty space that could be filled up with something. I'm already thinking like a fit up festival tent. But if we could extend this arena area out, what would that look like? The issue here is this is river, so we'll have to reconfigure the river in a way that makes sense. Because I don't want the river to suddenly stop. Like, I mean, I could, I guess. It'll usually like two arms of a river, but that kind of feels weird to me. But they don't have to be joined. You know, that's one thing. Sort of reconfigure the river, maybe it sort of like goes here and joins at the bottom instead of the top, and so the bridge is between. Make it for good. Well, okay, so one option is redirect the river. So this is the cutoff point. The cutoff point is from the plaza. The bridge moves down, and then this is opened up a bit. Then the other issue here is that these steps will need to move, and I can't super put them here because it's not enough of a landing space because of this arm. So at some point I feel like this, like if we do open this up, the steps can kind of go this way where this river was. So that's one option. But if we opened up this space, the pond might have to go, or we have to move the pond, but we have so much space on the sides. But if we extended it somehow, I do not know how to negotiate this clip, is the problem. But if we extended this somehow, and then have all of this extra space, move the pond might have to move, or might go. Make this a stage area. How would that look? Because it's gonna look a little bit triangular anyway, unless we make the starting point, like let's not worry about this gap in the middle. Ooh, what if the arena sort of starts kind of here with the bridges, sort of where the river is, but a little bit inwards. And so it's a little bit rectangular-ish because now we have, if you're redirecting the river out. And where this stage used to be, that's where the pond goes. I don't know if we have enough room. We might be able to make it work. Ooh, that's an idea. I will have to like plot it out so I can like see what it is. But the other thing is, if we redirect this river from going up to going down, right around, and having the plaza be kind of the cutoff point. So it goes up here, like maybe past the farm, and then you have this thing, and the river sort of cuts here. It does make this section, like the way we separate out the neighborhood from the rest of the island, kind of like an interesting puzzle then. Because then we don't necessarily have that much of a separation between things because there's not going to be any river left. Right? So, how? Like, do we make it like a road? Because we don't have to make it like a physical barrier per se. We can like fake a barrier. We can put roads. Is an option. Put pathways is another option. You know, maybe that's where the market stalls are, along sides. Because the pond can move. Move pond to where stage is. Yeah. Make an island in the middle and keep the neighborhood separate. Make it, yeah. I mean, that's one way to do it. Like if we just sort of split off, the stage can be center island. That's an idea. Just so like sort of a round. So like not move this river per se, but just make it an ooh. That's an idea. And then connect the bridges. Because then if the pond is where the stage used to be, right? This bridge becomes a little less important because then we like what? You just like walk up to the pond. Like you can. And we're allowed another bridge now. And they've added a couple of bridges and inclines. That's an idea. That's an idea. So building a river here. And then building another bridge. We could do that. And also because like I'm getting a bit fed up of these flowers, right? I have too many flowers. But the flowers can be sort of like sort of a guide marker. That's a good idea. I like that. I like that. I might look into it, probably work on it off stream, only because it'll get like super boring on stream. That's nice. I'll try that. Alright, cool. Sorted. Right, let's see how the rest of the island is faring. We have a DIY I haven't picked up yet. Sharing is caring. I already know how to make a gold screen wall. You haven't taught me anything new. Hello, Sprocket. You're clenching your abs, so you are. And then I guess, like, you know, if you make that center island a stage, which is a brilliant idea, then like some of the stuff we had on in the island can like in that center area can then move to the sides, which fill up the sides. So the sides are very empty. There you go. Alright. What is our gyro today? We got a bubbleoid. Let's bury this guy. Alright, let me show you what I'm doing with all these gyroids, because I have got a secret house on here. Yes, it's the key. Excellent. Let me just drop off a gyroid for you. So this is what we've been doing with all the gyroids. So this is the flat white, which might move now that we have the flat white cafe. This might end up being a different thing. I have ideas. I just need to source particular wallpaper and flooring for it. It's better done this set. This is our club gyroid in progress. Let me see if I can clarify this. I'm running away. Goodbye. So you have the music going. And the gyroids, you have your karaoke machine. And the gyroids sing along. It is a secret house, isn't it? So why leave the other one outside? That is because the character, I can't add things to other characters' house, other players' houses. So this house is not my player's house. Is the secret house is like a separate account on this Switch. And so I can't go in and manipulate the house. I wish I could, it would make my life easier. So basically what I've done is I've left it out there so that I can then like, hang on, let me see, let me show you. So like, I'll just go briefly to the main, so you see how this, right? And if I go to, no, it will ask me to like change user, and you can't super see, let me just, 2 seconds. Where is image? Right. So you see how like on top here you see Fringe Fest, which is Celestial, and then you have Retreat, which is the house on the side, the Artist Retreat, and Secret Space. So this account is the one that manages the house with the gyroids. So I can't go in as myself and redecorate the house from the inside. I have to log in as this account. So close out, change account to this, open the game, pick up the gyroid, and just start redecorating. So this is basically delivery to myself. And then I can like log in, change accounts, to go fix it up. I wish I could like manipulate, because the other issue then is that, you know how we sort of unlocked the DIY thing earlier on Happy on Paradise? Why so many accounts? Because you are only allowed one house per account, right? And they all share. So this account's house is the Trades Hall, the Fringe Hub. This is my account's house, right? You know, where the performances were, all of the main buildings, all of that. I haven't changed the Retreat is the account I used to make the Artist Retreat. So if I want to make multiple houses, that's the workaround. It's not only meant for like if you have a family playing and like, you know, your kids and your spouse can all have a player account and can play. But this is the workaround if you want like different buildings beyond your villages. So yeah, that's how you do it. It is a lot of work. And the thing with the Happy Home Paradise is that all the features unlock, but only for the person playing. So I can go play Happy on Paradise as Retreat or as a secret house, and I will have to do it as a secret house. But yeah, because that's how we will get all the features. This one, even though I've been doing most of the work on this island, on this account, on this Switch, I can't go teach everyone else how to do it. Which for its intended purposes would be good, because it's like, oh, you know, you can spend your own time playing and making your own decisions rather than like only one primary person can play. But for my purposes, where it's a workaround, it's very annoying. I don't know if I can explain that right now. But yeah, let's go talk to people. Adina, our music teacher. You've been around a while. Mate, they've started. Melba asked for a new catchphrase and I taught her mate, and so now everyone's calling me mate. Ideal weekend. Try doing a weekend DIY project. Okay. I mean, my weekend DIY is fixing up a virtual house, but sure. Mira was just out here. Mira, our superhero theater artist, working out. And everyone's saying mate on this island. I feel like a million bells today. Wow. Excellent. Who else is home? Cat was just wandering around. Pietro is wandering around. Petey's somewhere. No, that's not Petey, that's Cat. Oh, that's Mira, sorry. Mira, Cat. Petey's home. Maybe one of them will teach me something. Maple syrup is so good. Petey, hello. Dishes. My dear. Good for spiral alignment, is it now? Alright, well, I still haven't gotten onto my new bed. I should probably change that. Because there's so many steps before I can get the new bed sorted. Cool, so that's this side. Sprocket we just saw. Kabuki I talked to earlier before the stream started. Melba is here. Hello. Here is unwinding. You in love with your cushion? Aww. That is a nice cushion. Or like one actual house in this entire island. Okay, Ben is here. Benjamin's been wanting to move out for a while. I never let him. Ah, you're making something. What are you making? Orange umbrella. I know how to make an orange umbrella, apparently. That's news to me. Okay. Cool. That's Tutu, not home. Kabuki's home. We've already talked to you today, but let's say hi again anyway. Very cozy. Like a sharp. I got a sweet tooth. Apple cider. Is apple cider vinegar actually sweet? What is macaroons? Goat. We're gonna find a goat on this island. I bite out of life sometimes. Well, there you go. I'm glad you enjoy macaroons. We have all learned something here today. I have a sweet and salty tooth. Like pure sugar, I'm not so much a fan of, even though I'm like eating a maple lollipop. Because it tastes like something beyond sugar. But sweet and salty as a flavor combo. Right. I think that's everyone we can immediately find. Alright, Cat's here. Tutu's here. I go bother them. Cameron, so you're not saying much. Did something happen? Do you need to talk about it? I'm sorry! I'm sorry. It's a good day. With your brand. Here you go. Well, good news. You're being streamed live on air to a ton of people. Here's KK. Are you open for request yet? 6 p.m. I'm not gonna wait till 6 p.m. This is music. Let's see who's Rooster's there. I talked to you earlier today, Cat. I was at Brewster's when I opened up the island, and Cat and Daisy May were there. It was very cute. Was unprepared to go on stream, but let's go say hi to Brewster again. He's alone. I said to him. Very sweet. Yeah, sure. Pigeon milk. I know what pigeon milk actually is, but this is an alternate universe. I mean, you could have an option, but like, that's not even know, but like not this time, but thank you. $176. This was so funny. This got shared on Facebook, and then you have like all the like Australians who got very worried about this. They're like, "You'll die." It's like, this must be Fahrenheit. It's mild. The full body flavor still shines too. Delightful. Oh my god, now I'm thinking, you know, you take like a box of bonsai or something and you just relabel this pigeon milk. Too much coffee can mess with you. In the game, however, there's no consequences for having too much coffee. Like, people have tried like getting like 50 in a row and nothing really happens to you. Blathers is still asleep and I've got nothing to report, so. Yeah. Rooster is very calming. He is very calming. He is very sweet. Apparently in previous games he was like more particular about the coffee. Like if you try to like defy, if you don't drink it hot, he does you. But this time it's like, oh, it's very sweet. Here's Pietro. Xiao Hong, you weirdo. Here's apparently one of Pietro's like other dialogue is like he hints about or not, like when he's around, like other villagers talk about, I hear people screaming middle of the night from Pietro's house. Like, excuse me. Right. Look, this is our front now. We have an ABD or ATM, so you can take some money out and you can donate. You can donate to our fund. This is, oh, we needed this last year. Like ticket pricing. And then we got party stuff. And this truck, so we got like that. I think your idea of the center island being a stage is a really good one. I might go to try that. Thinking here, one other thing you can unlock further down in Happy Home Paradise is a apparel store. So, and that comes with things like clothing racks and storage and stuff. So I'm thinking once that gets more unlocked, I can make this a little more of a fashion area and also make it easier for me to change clothes on the fly. And then like, you know, crafting area. And, you know, there's so much dead space here. And some tips I've gotten from people, I thought like, how do people make the islands feel very big? Even though we're all working with roughly the same space. And a lot of them is that you just pack a lot of things to a tiny space. So I think I might start doing that and like maybe move the able system sort of inwards a little bit. Although this will be a multi-day job. So it won't be a very immediate change. but move the able sisters into the middle and have sort of keep one side crafty area, sewing area, and then the other half is like apparels, and you can put like free clothes and stuff like that, or show off some of the custom clothes people make. That was an idea I had previously and I just never followed through on it. And then the crafting space as well, like just compress it a little. So it's not just one line on the side, but like this is also another box. Bring this down maybe in a craft workshop, and I think I think there's like the pottery. I don't know if it's a pottery wheel, but there's like more crafty stuff that's come out. Put that here. And this, maybe clean this up. This is a bit of a hodgepodge randomness. And then here, right? So we have the. Thank you, iPod. We have the farm to table restaurant, right? But I was thinking earlier, just before the stream, of a different idea. See, on my personal island, I'm trying to make a food bank. So there'll be like, the items you cook up will, because I have like a little farm. It's like a paddy field theme farm, and then I had like little benches and stalls with like free food, and it was like sort of the basics. I tried to make like jams and stuff. And I was thinking, right, what if I did that here? Because this is a cafe setup, but we already have a cafe. And Happy Home Paradise might, sure. So there's not really a cafe sort of on both places. But if we had this, like sort of half food bank, half cafe, mutual aid, thinking of something like lentils, as lentils anything, which I still think is kind of dodgy. But how they're like, it's food, it's an actual cafe restaurant, but they also do like a lot of mutual aid stuff. And the one in Thornbury, before they shut down, they had like a market, and which you could like get, free or like at cost groceries. So what if we did like this section be like part in that vein, like part cafe, part food bank, part thrift store, mutual aid situation? How would that look like? I think that could look really rad. So that'll be another multi-day project, and it'll be this festival because it's more cool. Yeah, it could be more community space. So maybe that's like another project we could do. Keep the farm as is, right? And it could be like a little community garden vibe. Yeah. Alright. What does the balloon do? 10,000 bells. Heck yeah. Money. So, alright. So if we do your idea, Mari, of making this an island stage, this also feels like it's very far back, but I can't move where this is, so I didn't work with it. That means there's a few sections that need to be moving. We have this kind of magician buskers area, which can be a section at the back. We do have the secret sort of bar at the back that can go there, or have like a little magician's corner. I think there are more magician items, which I'm curious to see. We have this kind of little like community music area. It's playing music. How is it playing? Oh, it's because I have a hidden radio. No. So if you move, we can make this another section on the sides and just like have random musical instruments. We have this little zine fair with Emma. God, I forgot her name. I want to put my own tag. Like, what is Emma's info? Emma Michaud. Yes. So that can stay, but we can make like a little reading corner. Because we do have the library up there, but the library is very formal. We have like a little like reading nook. That's already like 3 subsections. Then we have this sort of Pirate Cove area. I might want to expand. Well, I want to expand because it's very important. Pirate Cove. I had an idea earlier for something that I could add into it that was thematic, and I blanked. I think a yacht is an actual item you can get in the game now. So you like park a yacht somewhere. And the other very underdeveloped. But the museum library area feels like very much sorted. I added one other thing. Wait. Here you go. Here's the statue of David. You're wondering about anatomically correct statue of David, but the fake one because he's holding a book. But I thought that would be very funny to put here. So here you go. That's our new addition to the library. Fitch visual sensors. I think there's more space stuff. There's more science stuff. So I think once we get more science stuff, this can be sort of reconfigured into like, here's the lab and then here's like sort of the space area. Blah 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 blah. And this was always like a wild, like, I never quite figured what to do with this, but I might do kind of a World's Fair thing. I just need to reorganize all of it because this was very random. But yeah, there we go. That's our plans for the refurb for the next few weeks of things, I guess. It'll be a while before we unlock anything more interesting for Happy in Paradise, and like I think the next thing's a hospital. Which is less interesting for other things, but yeah, and then like this little picnic area, you know, we have this can probably merge with where the stall for the zines are. But yeah, that's what we've got to work with. We'll see how we go. I've put on my calendar every Sunday afternoon from around 3ish up to maybe 5:36, depending on how much I can last. We'll see how we go. That might change. Life might change. Life always changes. Next week is the 1-year anniversary of ACNH Fringe Fest. Our big 12-hour festival. I am not going to be streaming for 12 hours. That's not on my own. If I had someone else maybe. We don't know what we're doing yet. I only just figured it out today. So I might send an email out to everyone like, hi, remember me? Remember this thing you did a year ago? It's coming up to the anniversary. Do you want to jump in the stream? In this chat? You know, for a couple hours. I'll be on for a couple hours. Let me know! Very cash. If not, that's fine too. But otherwise, I'll just be hanging out and just like maybe reminisce or like a bit. Beatrice, the grasshopper. Yeah, I think I might call it here because my voice is going. I think we've gone through most of everything I want to go through. But thank you for joining me. You can find out more at acnhfringe.cc. Yes, that's Marissa. Thank you, Marissa, for joining in. And all our socials, the website should be updated now. I don't know if I put it as a website or not. Website. Andrew Hobbs. Brad. My tag didn't work. I thought I set up one for website. Oh, wrong. Yeah, Facebook. We're on Facebook as ACNH Fringe Fest. We're on Twitter as ACNH Fringe. Instagram is ACNH Fringe. It's just Twitch that's different because there's an underscore. Newsletters at acnhfringe.substack.com. Follow there for updates. Like you see, we're slowly updating it. Like there's no, like we'll see what happens. I just did 2.0 update will be from the festival island, and then we might see if you can run anything else. I had plans for this year, and then life got in the way. Also, if you wanna check us out, there's a passport. Right, so ACNH Fringe. That's the old photo. I need a new one. How's it 25? I know, right? How's it already? Almost December. Born November 12th. I put that date as like the date Melbourne Fringe launched. Does it have a vaccination result? It does not. Vaccinations do not exist in this universe, but masks do. But I'm pretty sure everyone's vaccinated. Oh, well, I mean, there's a hospital coming in Happy on Paradise, so I guess like once we build that, everyone can get vaccinated. Our creator ID, if you want the ACNH Fringe logo or custom design, or the Melbourne Fringe custom design that my current avatar is wearing, is out there. The dream address, you can visit ACNH Fringe's island on your Switch, on your copy of Animal Crossing, anytime you want. I have updated it so it includes our farm. So it's brand new. And it's 5-star island, as we discovered last week to my utter surprise. It's 5-star island. Although I think when we start refurbishing it to change the middle island, it might yell at me. Like Isabel will be like, you went down to 4 stars, I guess because I'm renovating. And the Happy Home Network ID, which is where you can see some of the stuff we've made for the Happy Home Paradise Island, which I'm making into like our Fringe Fest vacation island. And all the venue ideas we have are now going there. Which saves me from having to make 500 new rooms. Oh yeah, and you get to play around with like the gyroid room. Or like a version of gyro room. I'm still waiting on like a few other things. But yeah! Thank you for joining me. Thanks Mari. Thanks Johnny. Thanks to whoever else was here earlier. Oh wow, there's a lot of viewers. Hello. Another TTV viewer. Ladybug X3. Lana Ray. Lurks. Nadzelli. Not sure. Yeah. I can't speak. Mari, how do you do this 5 days a week? My voice is going. I only do this 2 days a week. One is, the other day being not Animal Crossing, but Mari and I stream on their channel. Mari Still Plays. As you can see in the username, we do the Great Ace Attorney Saturday nights. So feel free to go join on their channel. And we are partway through game 6 days a week of Jesus Christ. Like 2 days a week, you're really tired. We are partway through. We were getting to like sort of the tail end, prequel tail end of the Great Ace Attorney. A lot of the backstory, the history of this whole situation is now coming to light. I also have another Ace Attorney project. I mean, I was hinting at it last time. I'm sort of allowed to talk about it, but they know me, yeah. Although things will get worse before it gets better as well, I'll say. I'm waiting on an announcement from the arcade. I'm doing something for the arcade, basically. We're allowed to mention it now, but there'll be a formal announcement via press release on Tuesday. But we're allowed to mention it now. I've gotten a co-working space at the arcade, which is one of the biggest game development co-working spaces in Melbourne. I'm working on something Ace Attorney related, which is I'm trying to adapt the Great Ace Attorney into into a stage play. First things first is to get proposals written, because Capcom's our proposal, Acme has a proposal. So I'll be working on that. I am also trying to start a business called Professional Fairy Godmother, which has absolutely nothing to do with everything I just said. So yeah, a lot of projects at once. Trying to do a little bit at a time. It's like sort of this toss-up between not overworking myself and being too interested in too many things all at once, and the having things to switch between. On one hand is like good for my head, but on the other hand my body is tired. I have to balance it all. Yeah, what is balance? I'm in Libra. I still don't know what balance is. This is why astrology is fake, because I am unbalanced. But yeah, thanks for joining. More information, ACNH Fringe or CC. You've got the IDs there. No, Libra. I will catch you next week, and maybe next week will be an extra special one once I figure out how to get more than one person here on Discord, on stream. Otherwise, I will catch you later. Bye.